From news and views, issues and opportunities, we'll have in-depth conversations with decision makers to find out what they know and what they think. I'm Rico Hizon, inviting you to join the exchange because your business is our business.
Love is in the air with Valentine's Day just right around the corner. Couples are keeping that spark alive with good old-fashioned romance like a fancy date for two. While the single and ready to mingle are on the lookout. Given the modern times, maybe love is just a click away.
With Valentine's Day fast approaching, couples are abuzz with ideas of how to make each other feel loved. But what really is the way to one's heart? Let's now have an exchange with clinical psychologist and relationship expert, Dr. Margarita Holmes. Dr. Holmes, thank you so much for joining us. Share with us, what is the importance for Filipinos of Valentine's Day?
I think Filipinos like to think of themselves as a very romantic people. And I quite agree with that. And therefore, even though Valentine's is an important concept, right, we Filipinos have quickly joined the bandwagon where Valentine's is a special time to express the love we feel for our partner. And when I talk about partners, I mean, of course, our erotic or our intimate partners. So this, I think, is the major significance of Valentine's Day for Filipinos. It's a special day. And if your partner is really special to you, find a way to let her or him know this on this day that has specifically or specially been set aside for love and romance.
You mentioned the key word there, express your love, Dr. Holmes. Are material things like flowers, chocolates, jewelry important when showing one's love for someone?
Okay, it is politically correct to say it's not important, but to a lot of people it is. Let me share with you something one of my clients said once. We are always told that it doesn't matter how much something costs. It's the thought that counts.
Yes.
However, the gift expresses the thought. You know, the gift shows how much you really think of the person. But let me give an example. I think this only matters if you give more to someone else. For example, you know, if you're both students or one is a student and you don't really have money, of course, it's the thought that counts. And of course, it doesn't matter even if you have no flowers at all. The fact that you thought of, kumari ako, no? The fact na you thought of me on Valentine's Day means so much to me. The fact that wala kang makuhang rosas but you picked up a weed and you know, mentioned the poem or pinatawa mo ko with this weed, that means so much to me. Pero, kung may pera ka, at sinabi mo sa akin, it's the thought that counts. And then narinig ko o nalaman ko that to another girl, nagbigay ka ng mas mahal ng regalo. Ay, gera na yan.
Kailangan may balance, no? There has to be a balance. How can, for example, for singles, because everyone spends Valentine's Day with their partners, with their husbands and wives, boyfriends, girlfriends. What about for the single people? Doc, how can they cope during Valentine's Day when many lovebirds are being, you know, cheesy and romantic?
Okay, you're right. It depends on the single. Ngayon, if your self-concept is not so strong, for sure masasaktan ka, magiging paranoid ka on Valentine's Day. Kasi iisipin mo, ako lang pala ang wala, what's wrong with me, etc., etc. However, if your concept is stronger, your self-concept is stronger, then you can join the new bandwagon which says, stop single shaming charming. You can go together in a group, celebrate Valentine's Day together with a group. You can be all girls or all males or
Yes.
a mixture of both. It doesn't matter because you can say, and it can be true, if Valentine's Day is for people who love each other, then you don't need an erotic partner to enjoy Valentine's Day. You're just with people you
Yes.
love. At saka, it always helps if you have a community.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Unang mahalaga yun, community helps. Ikalawa, huwag kayong makinig-kinig sa mga taong, lalo na mga aunties and mga, overly intrusive people na magsasabi sa, ba't wala ka pang asawa? Oh yeah, Don't listen to them. Garbage in, garbage out.
But Doc,
remember, garbage in, garbage out. Yes, we
but Doc, but isn't Valentine's Day already very commercialized? I mean, people are just spending only on this special day. Shouldn't every day be Valentine's Day where you share your love, you express your love for the person that you care for?
Rico, terrific question.
Oo.
Two answers to that. First of all, I agree with you. Ideally, Valentine's Day should be every day where you express your love. And I hope, yes, you find ways to express your love in many, many, different quiet ways, silent ways, etc. However, the impact of novelty. The need for novelty is a psychological need for all of us. So if every day you give your wife roses or every day your wife cooks a special meal for you, then it will no longer be a special day, you see? Kasi you do it all the time and therefore wala na yung novelty. One of the issues about Valentine's, I think, is the fact that 364 days of the year, we show each other that we love each other in ordinary ways.
Yes.
He has a hot meal whenever he comes home. But on Valentine's Day, I'll make a special effort. Or a guy might say, I'm sorry, I'm so sexist. It's not only the guy who can give presents, but a guy might say, okay, araw-araw nabibigay ko sa kanya yung sweldo ko. Pero magsisave ako ng konti para sa Valentine's Day, bongga. Or araw-araw kumakain kami sa McDonald's or whatever, some fast food joint. Pero ngayon Valentine's, I will go take her to a nicer place.
Yes.
Then it's special kasi bago. It's a new experience.
So Doc, we've been talking about lovebirds on Valentine's Day, singles spending time with their special friends, boys or girls, out on a group date. But what about for those who are heartbroken on Valentine's Day? Those who break up on Valentine's Day, what is your advice for them?
Ang lungkot, Rico. Okay, first of all, if the person is so heartless that he breaks up with you on Valentine's Day, then definitely you are much better off without him. Okay, remember, yung napakatigas naman ng puso nito. He or she is unable to look beyond himself. You're better off without him. Pero yung mga heartbroken for 1 year, 2 years, walang mahal sa buhay. I don't know what I can say. All I can say is, hang in there. Next year might be better. Or hang in there because you can love yourself. And I know that sounds so corny, but it's true. You can really love yourself. Look at the good things about you. And then maybe these good things about you can share with other people. Not necessarily a potential partner, but you do things with other people. You can volunteer, etc.
Love yourself more before anyone else. Thank you so much for this Valentine's Day exchange. Clinical psychologist and relationship expert, Margarita Holmes. And now here's a rundown of the week's top business stories. Prices of basic goods rose even faster in January, with inflation hitting 8.7%. And this breached the previous 14-year high of 8.1% recorded in December of last year. Slightly more Filipinos were out of work in December despite the holiday rush at 2.22 million compared to 2.18 million. Despite this, the country's unemployment rate averaged 5.4% in 2022, near pre-pandemic levels. And the Agriculture Department has set the suggested retail price for red onion imports in Metro Manila to 125 pesos per kilogram. And straight ahead on the exchange, where your business is our business. Valentine's Day is not complete without good food and a romantic ambiance. Restaurateur Chef Tatong Sartu shares his recipe for a lovely dining experience next. And with everything now on our fingertips through the internet, could love just be one swipe away? We chat with Bumble straight ahead, right here on CNN Philippines. News you can trust. Glad you're staying with us right here on The Exchange, where your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Filipino couples hoping to reignite that spark often turn to a great meal with a romantic atmosphere. What are restaurants doing to invite more lovers to celebrate Valentine's Day with them? Known for his one-of-a-kind dining concepts, we now have an exchange with Chef Tatong Sartu. Thank you so much for joining us, Chef, on The Exchange. For lovebirds, how important is it that they have a romantic dining experience on February 14?
I think it's very important because you kind of set the mood for the evening, you know, and a lot of people, especially the lovebirds, would need that extra energy for, you know, whatever activities they have after dinner. So, you know,
I'm sure it will really be tiring, you know, eating their maybe 5-course, 6-course meal, and of course pulling out the wallet and spending a lot of money for the dinner.
so it's really about, you know, creating something special for that evening. Especially, it's not every day that people go out on like romantic dates or like in a formal setting. So you mark the day with something different, something out of the usual to make it more memorable.
How are you making it different on Valentine's Day for your restaurant outlets?
For now, we're just having a bit of fun. Like, for example, at Lore in BGC, our theme is Gayuma. So we're doing like aphrodisiacs in a tasting menu. So we're having some fun with the dishes because not everybody is really into the formal kind of courtship. So we're trying
like
to
a candlelight dinner.
It's still candlelight, but you know, sometimes the couples have a certain sense of humor. You know, so here we try to be a bit playful. So we're making like a balut pate with
The balut is the gayuma.
the gayuma, no? So we have oysters, but we're serving it differently. So it's really a play around on Filipino aphrodisiacs just to, you know, set the mood or parang plant clues
That will lead to a lasting evening.
Yeah.
But how are you attracting couples and people in love to dine at your restaurant on Valentine's Day?
Actually, even before we started promoting for Valentine's, we already had like quite a number of reservations because I think
Are you already packed for your major restaurants?
We're practically packed, but still the same. It's not that you already have your customers booked, but it's also very important to make it, you know, worth their time to choose you over the other restaurants.
But you know, Chef, Valentine's Day comes about less than 2 months, no, since the holiday season.
Yeah.
And as we know, prices have gone up.
Yeah.
Inflation is at 8.7% in January. Things are not getting any cheaper. So, from the trends that you've been seeing over the past month in the run-up to Valentine's Day, are consumers, are lovebirds even just, you know, thinking twice that, you know, let's save up and not really spend too much on Valentine's Day?
I think it's really about where you are at the relationship.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, so if you're courting, trying to impress, you're gonna, you know,
You'll shell out the
shell
money.
out the money. But, you know, if you're in a stable relationship and you're really just very pragmatic about those, sige, tusok-tusok tayo ng squid ball or something, di ba? That could work. So each couple has their own kind of,
And that's what Dr. Margarita Holmes, who was our guest earlier, said. It doesn't really matter, on Valentine's Day. The amount does not matter. It's how you express your love for your partner on Valentine's Day. Because every day could be Valentine's Day.
And it's really like challenging now, especially that we're doing like a degustation type of service at the restaurant. And people are so into social media, they're so addicted to their phone. So sometimes they feel like kind of like bored with the whole experience. When you're supposed to be there's a proper pacing of the dishes to be served, because you're supposed to enjoy the conversation and the company. It's not just about eating the dish itself. So I think
There also has to be a backstory
there has to be
to the dish.
Yeah. So what's important right now is that once you go to a Valentine's dinner, be there, be present. It's not just about it's not just about the dishes that are served. It's really about you being present for your date.
But I really like this concept of the gayuma on Valentine's Day. And I'm sure all your clients who will be going to your restaurants really want to find out the history behind this gayuma menu. Which restaurant will you be in on Valentine's Day?
I don't know. It depends who I date. No, I'll be working for Valentine's. But like our last course is a steak, but our gravy, our sauce is made with soup number 5, if you're familiar with soup number 5. So really, it's really going to be fun. So I really hope people try to become more, than the usual, the cliches that are served for Valentine's, try to become more adventurous. Yeah.
Oh. So what else can we expect from your restaurants on Valentine's Day apart from the gayuma menu?
Actually, just focus on the food, and we have a wine pairing menu as well, and some cocktails that go along with it. And it's going to be like 5 to 7 courses.
And of course, we've been talking about rising prices. Have your restaurants been absorbing the higher cost of sibuyas?
Oh, yeah.
Vegetables, sugar, rice,
and it's very important.
garlic.
I think the advantage of our restaurant is that we don't have a fixed menu, so we can really like adjust the recipes or the menu itself to what's available. We used to serve a lot of imported products, but the prices have since tripled. So we have to
Source locally.
So sometimes they're not available local, so you just change the recipe entirely. So it's really
And use other ingredients,
ingredients, or tell a different story. So I think that's really the challenge for a lot of restaurants right now.
And for a restaurateur like yourself, how important is this Valentine's Day for your business?
Actually, especially now that everyone's trying to bounce back to recover from the pandemic, and now you have to deal with price. You really have to be like very creative, not just in terms of what you prepare, but also how to draw the crowd. I think it's creating that volume to make your business sustainable.
Thank you so much, Chef Tatong, for this Valentine's Day exchange. Chef Tatong Sartu, owner of Tatong's Private Dining. And straight ahead on the exchange, where your business is our business. For some Pinoys, Cupid's arrow and the smartphone are one and the same. We talk about the business of finding love online with Bumble's Asia Pacific Communications Director next on CNN Philippines. News you can trust. Welcome back, right here on The Exchange, where your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Plenty of singles ready to mingle are taking advantage of the digital space. How are dating apps attracting more Filipinos hoping to find love? Let's now have an exchange with Bumble's Asia Pacific Communications Director, Lucille McCart, joining us from Sydney, Australia. Lucille, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Valentine's Day is just right around the corner. How are Filipino Bumble users doing so far?
They're doing well. In really exciting news, Filipinos are our most positive country. 87% of Filipino Bumble users say they're feeling positive about dating in 2023, which is a lot higher than the global average of 70% of people feeling positive. So the Filipino community on Bumble is feeling good leading into Valentine's Day.
And what are the most prevalent dating preferences, Lucille, that you have observed among Filipinos? What are the dating trends?
There's a few things. One is that we do see a real lean towards people looking for relationships, indicating on their Bumble profiles that they are dating with the intention of finding a serious relationship. But we also have some people that are happy to say that they're casually dating and just looking to meet people and go on some fun dates and see what happens. But we're also seeing a lot of our community in the Philippines responding well to the trend open casting, which refers to the opposite of typecasting. So it means you're willing to date a bit more outside your type in these sort of post-pandemic times. People are willing to try new things, meet new people, and they're excited about the opportunity to maybe meet different types of people than they have met in the past.
And do Filipinos go to Bumble, Lucille, for reasons other than just finding love?
Yeah, I mean, some people are looking for love. Some people are just looking to make new connections, meet new people. But we also have a feature on the app called Bumble BFF, which is where people can go if they're looking for friends. So if you're looking for platonic friendships, if you're looking to just meet new people, if, say, you're looking for someone to do yoga with or, you know, to do those sort of more platonic friend activities, maybe women looking to meet other women for friendship purposes. That's what Bumble BFF is for, and that's very popular in the Philippines as well.
You mentioned this feature, Bumble BFF, which is best friend forever. What are the other features of Bumble that makes it different, Lucille, from the other dating apps?
What sets Bumble apart is that on Bumble, women make the first move in matches between men and women. And the idea is to give women the opportunity to be in control of the dating journey and to empower them to start conversations and see what that feels like. And Filipino women have responded really well to that and having that extra level of control and empowerment and agency in the dating journey that they don't get on other apps.
And so how are single Filipino ladies navigating before Valentine's Day and finding a partner in general? Is there pressure or are they realistic? There might not be one.
Well, there is a bit of pressure going into Valentine's Day. You know, a lot of people might be hearing from their families, you know, why are you still single? Why haven't you settled down? Why haven't you found a partner yet? You know, those kind of conversations can come up a lot more around this time of year. And I think if you're single and you're dating and you're feeling a bit more self-conscious in the lead up to Valentine's Day, it's just important to remember it's just one day and there's plenty more opportunities to meet other partners on Bumble and to celebrate future Valentine's Day, maybe with that serious relationship that you're looking for, but not to let it be something that gets you down if you're single this Valentine's Day. There's so much to celebrate about being single.
And what is your advice for those wanting to find love ahead of Valentine's Day?
My advice, if you're looking for love before Valentine's Day, you don't have a lot of time, just a few days. So you need to get swiping pretty quickly. But if you are looking for love on Bumble, my best advice is to, when you're from creating your profile to starting conversation to asking people on dates, is just to be your authentic self. Be upfront about what you're looking for and don't be afraid to make the first move.
So, where can they find Bumble? Sign up and connect.
In the App Store, Google Play, wherever you get your apps. Really easy to find, and it's free to download and free to use.
And what about security? I mean, this has been a fear among many Filipinos that their information is not secure on the digital platform. How do you make them feel that all the information, all their personal data in your application, on your website, is safe from any hackers or cyber criminals?
Yeah. We have a suite of safety features that we employ at Bumble to make sure that everything that we collect is secure. We also don't encourage people to put information on their profile that you wouldn't feel comfortable sharing. So, for example, you don't need to put your place of work or where exactly you live if you don't feel comfortable sharing that information with people. And we also have a number of safety features to help people feel really safe while they're dating, such as video calls. So you can do a video chat with someone to check that they are who they say they are before you meet up with them in person. We also have features like photo verification, so you can verify your profile and get a blue shield added, which means that you are who you say you are, and you can also request that your matches verify their profile before you meet them as well. So there's a whole suite of safety features that have gone into building Bumble to make sure that people feel really safe and secure while they're dating.
Thank you so much for this online dating exchange. Bumble's Asia Pacific Communications Director, Lucille McCart, joining us from Sydney, Australia.
Thank you so much.
And before we go, here are words from writer Nansop Roy about the Day of Love. Valentine's Day is just another day to truly love like there is no tomorrow. And this is the exchange to make sense of the facts and the figures and the ups and downs of the business cycle, because your business is our business. I'm Rico Hizon. Thanks for watching CNN Philippines. News you can use, news you can trust.